Hey everybody, and welcome to Lex's World, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 cannabis growing forums that I would go to and do go to get information when I'm stumped on a particular question. We'll also sort of crown the best one. We'll do it in order of worst to best. But before we dive in, today's episode is sponsored by California Lightworks and their solar system and GH Pro commercial LED lights. These lights feature spectral control, UVB, wireless Bluetooth control of an unlimited number of lights, and of course, excellent efficiency and huge energy savings. I'll link to them down in the video description. So, if you go back 10 years or more in internet history, tutorials and how-to guides on growing didn't come off of YouTube back then. In fact, back when I started my channel, I was one of the first ones. Back then, all that kind of information came out of either books or online grow forums. Many people frequented these forums, and if you had some kind of difficult question that was specific to your situation and you needed to get it answered, they were the place to go. And they still are for a lot of people, and a lot of ultra experienced growers still frequent them daily. Maybe not so much for the advice, but for the community that they found there. The one unfortunate part of the forums is, unlike with YouTube, when you get an answer right away on your question by watching a video, you had to create a post, maybe attach some pictures, provide a good detailed explanation, and really hope and pray that one of the most experienced and hence the most trustworthy members in the forum would take the time to help you out. And actually, most of the time they did. So, here are the top 5 forums ranked. Number 5, ILGM, or I Love Growing Marijuana forums. Originally started by grower Robert Bergman in 2012, this site does other things beyond hosting a forum, and the forum isn't the biggest or the oldest, but it has an excellent organization and category system that makes it easier and faster to find what you're looking for, even in ultra-specific categories like soil recipes. The only downside of this forum is that with the main site around it shifting focus to many other things, the forums are not terribly active, though the beginner section is still pretty hoppin'. Number 4, 420 Magazine. This started as a cannabis information/news magazine company run out of California in the 90s and began operating a forum since at least 2004. Lots of people flock to it. Still an active forum today, and the site as a whole continues to put focus almost exclusively on news and its forums. The only downside is that they don't have much of a reputation system, so beyond certain people being identified as well-known members or members of the month for certain months of certain years, it's hard to know who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. Reputation systems are important when judging the reliability of advice given in forums. Number 3, marijuanagrowing.com. This is a big, old, and fairly active forum that's operated under the umbrella of my favorite master grower, Jorge Cervantes. While the interface of this forum is pretty standard and old school as far as navigation, and its reputation system is no better than the last forum pick, as a result of who runs the site and the predominant school of thought that its members follow, the quality of the members and the quality of the advice is extremely high, despite the forum not being as active as the top 2 ranked on this list. Number 2, grasscity.com. Operating its forums since at least 2002, Grasscity is a big website that does it all. But for years, the spinal cord of the site was its forums. They are massive, they are highly active, and to compensate for the insane size, the search function is excellent. Some users have been returning to this forum consistently for almost 2 decades. The reputation ranking system is a bit more robust, adding in categories such as old school and uber known members to try and differentiate the ultra experienced users from the others. The only downside or upside, depending on your view, is that Grass City forums aren't focused strictly on growing or even on cannabis. The general discussion and stoner topics areas on Grass City are as massive as the growing section. Number 1, Roll It Up. Our big winner is rollitup.com, if you hadn't guessed it by now. Entering the scene around 2005 or 2006, this was actually the first forum I used heavily, and I just love it. There's an endless ocean of experienced people roaming around Roll It Up. Unfortunately, its reputation system used to be more detailed and isn't quite as good anymore unless you physically click on each user's individual profile. But nothing can beat Roll It Up on sheer size, scale, and activity. You can regularly explore profiles and discover they've been hanging around the site for 10 plus years, and you can tell there's an actual community here where a lot of members know each other. The site also never got away from its forum roots. It didn't diversify into a ton of different sections, and as a result, people still come there for one reason: to become better growers and learn from those who are. Now, I want to link to all of these websites down in the video description, but unfortunately, because many of them have diversified into other things like seeds and paraphernalia, I can't link to them off of YouTube. I can only link to them off of the alt platforms. So all of you YouTube viewers will just have to open up another tab and search for them, or better yet, follow me on my alt platforms, because that's even better. When you pick a forum to join, and you will have to sign up in order to post pictures on there, or in some cases just view other people's pictures, there's always a newbie section to go to and introduce yourself, and I highly recommend you do that as your very first post. Just tell them Lex Blazer sent you and you will be right at home in no time. And if you want to feel right at home right here, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button if this was useful, and we'll see you all next time.